What's up, y'all? I'm not gonna give no intro or anything like that. I waited to record a video with everything that's going on in the world. Not just coronavirus. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Mr. George Floyd. And I want to make clear that if you didn't know, Black lives do matter. But George Floyd was the straw that broke the camel's back. I keep seeing white people say all of this over one man, and that goes to show you that you don't even care enough to pay attention to how horrible systematic racism is in this world. I'm going to say the world. We have been fighting for hundreds of years to be treated equally. Somebody said to me, well, D, y'all farther than y'all have ever been. Y'all had a black president. Let me say this, and I want to make this clear. Having a black president was the exception, not the norm. Until it becomes the norm, there is no equality. There shouldn't be a shining star saying, oh, wow, they had a black president. Saying you had a black president should be the norm. Saying that you had a black CEO should be the norm, not an exception. I often hear that we gave y'all the right to do this. We gave y'all the right to... Until you feel like you don't have the power to give, there's systematic racism. You understand that you have the power to give, but you don't want to acknowledge the power that you have because you don't want it to be equal. I constantly see over and over that we are doing too much. Violence is not the answer. Riots are not the answer. Everything in American history has come because of violence, because of uprising, because of riots. Every single charted thing, even your favorite 4th of July, has come because of an uprising or some type of revolution. The power has to be overthrown in order for equality or a change to happen. Drew Brees. Drew Brees told you 4 years ago who he was. He told you about Colin Kaepernick. He told you that, he said it with his chest too. Oh, you will never disrespect my grandfather's fault. 2016 is what this is what he said. A couple days ago, Drew Brees doubled down on what he believed. You will never disrespect my flag. Drew Brees, that flag has been disrespecting black people ever since its enshrinement. Are you kidding me? You spoke about your grandfathers fighting for, this country. Like black people didn't have grandfathers who fought for this country and came back to nothingness. Came back to lies, came back to riots, being killed, being drugged down the street, to lynchings. All of the above, but your grandfather's got a hero's welcome. Guess what ours got? Absolutely nothing. See, the problem is rich white men live in a bubble. They feel like if everything's all good in their circle, nothing bad is actually happening. He raises his children to love everybody unless it makes them uncomfortable. It made Drew Brees uncomfortable that Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. White men, especially rich white men, hate to be uncomfortable. Rich white women can't stand to be uncomfortable. So guess what? Keep the pressure on, Black Lives Matter. Keep the pressure on, people, all of our allies who are marching with us. I appreciate you. I really do. I don't have to pick and choose who my allies are because they are going to stand up on their own. We don't even have to point them out. You will know them. They don't need acknowledgement. They're just going to do the right thing. People who are asking me, well, D, what can I do to help? Stand up when I'm not there. Call out your racist family members. Show them that you're not about that life. Let them know that we are an equal people. My skin pigment doesn't make me different from you. It doesn't make me less than you. See, a lot of y'all got this thing confused. A lot of y'all feel like, well, if we just settle down and we create peace and harmony and love and everybody just go back to their norm. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, you're not going to lullaby us to sleep. You're not going to do that. Because once it calms down and y'all still feel like y'all have the upper hand, then guess what? Nothing changes. You're not going to do that. All of the police kneeling with everybody and they're kneeling. Oh, we're sure. No. I'm not for police reformation. I'm for police deconstruction. This thing needs to be torn down and then built with common sense because the system was not built to protect black people. It was not. So the system is not broken. The system is functioning perfectly. And that's the problem. The problem is the system was not built to protect people like me and you. It wasn't. So guess what? We need to tear it down and start over. If you're not for that, if you're not even for police reformation, please don't talk to me about anything else. I'm not into marches of peace. I'm not into marches of, now, don't get me wrong. Peaceful protests, I love them. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But don't get mad at the anger that happens because this is something that's stemming from years and years and years. I should not be seeing my 90-year-old great-great-grandmother or great-great ancestors out there still marching and begging for things that they've been begging for years. And now I see 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds doing the same thing. When is it going to change? When is it going to change? So guess what? We're going to change it. We're not begging you anymore. We're just going to change it. We're going to take over. And if you're not in line, that's on you. Suffer the consequence. Black Lives Matter. 4th down and D.